Man, it was just like, it was like a crazy journey, I feel. It all started pretty much because when I moved to Austin, I lost my little like makeup bag. I didn't have like no makeup on me, so kind of went to H-E-B, started buying like a drugstore makeup. I was not a big makeup fan. I was like not into like makeup at all. When I started working at the bank as a teller, you don't need to be a little bit more polished. So I started trying wearing a little bit more makeup. And red lipstick, it was like a thing that I was always like wearing. There was a point that I needed to like step out of my comfort zone, and I started like doing like blue lipstick and brown and all of these colors that kind of look crazy. And I started getting more into like artistry, and it brought me so many memories from me as like an artist, like painting. When that thought clicked, I was just like, idiot. You could have been doing this way before because you have the basics. If you can paint on a canvas, face, or give it dimension, give it shadow, composition, all that stuff, contrast, of course you can do someone's makeup. It's just different like materials, like art supplies that you're gonna use. In this case, it's a makeup shadow palette and all this other stuff. And I don't know, it came just really easy. Then my friends start asking me, when can you do my makeup? It's my birthday. Let's go out. I'll get you some drinks, but like if you can do my makeup. And at that time I was not making enough money, so little things like that, like because I couldn't afford going out, or I couldn't afford just gonna spoil myself or whatever. That was a way for me to pay back. So it was not, I was doing it more so for like just the love of doing it. Make sense? Like just to spend time with my friends. Then, it just went like a snowball. They're like, who did your makeup? Everybody started like asking, why don't you do this like fully? I was like, no man, like I don't think I can. Like I'll be struggling. I got bills to pay. I have lawyers still to pay from like my immigration papers and all that stuff. Like I cannot be, just risking it all. And then my manager from the bank, she was about to leave, and she's like, quit. And I was like, what? Just quit. I was like, what? I'm about to leave. She said, by the way, I just put in my 2-week notice. And I was like, oh, she was moving. I think she was moving. So she was like, yeah, quit. Like, don't stay here. Like, I know you can do this and you can make it out. Like, I can see it. She's like, you're good at sales, and you can do makeup. Why don't you fusion both and go start working in retail? So I started in retail, and I was always like, I feel like I've never been somebody who complains a lot about how miserable my life is, or how poor my life is, or how much I hate myself. I try to be happy and push myself a little harder just to be in the level where I want to be at one day, financially, emotionally, like in every single department of this mall. If you're only waiting for people just to come over and like hand you over something, you're not gonna make it. You just live off scraps, right? So, if I was slow, I would just walk around and I would just start conversations with people. And I had the amazing luck of one day run into big hits of Realtor Austin, big hits on Chase. I had the amazing opportunity to shop with the makeup artist for Marilyn Manson. I had the opportunity to do Rebecca's Minkoff makeup. I had the opportunity to work for a magazine for a whole year. Out of just all my customers, on my daily basis, at work, it's just asking them, hey, how's your day going? Instead of going, what do you want to buy? You touch, you buy. So my room, it is pretty much a place where I go and meditate, and not hide, but where I can just be myself and express myself still. I feel like I'm always expressing myself, but I express myself a little bit better when I'm by myself, which sounds kind of weird. I'm a little messy, yet I'm trying to make it look cute because nobody's life is perfect. So it might look crazy, hectic, but you know, you're still always trying to see the best out of it, even though it's not what you want. But so every time I make a mistake, I try to just see the best, like the beautiful side of it. And I feel like that's pretty much, it kind of looks messy, but like yet looks organized. And I don't know, there's a lot of things that I like, a lot of idols, a lot of quotes that I live by, a lot of things that I tell myself. If whatever starts now, you're good, you're the real deal, get it girl, like just kind of motivate myself. I decided to put it right across my bed, so when I wake up, that is the first thing that I'm gonna see. I am a collector. I feel like I collect stuff, and I go through magazines and stuff like that. So you can see some of this stuff comes from magazines. Some of it I designed it myself, and some stuff I bought it. I've always felt not ugly, but I never felt like attractive my whole life. And in a way, maybe I feel like now that I realize that everybody's beautiful in their own way, it was more so like I didn't want to be accepted. I didn't want to be seen as someone who's like attractive or whatever, because I was like hiding for the longest. I am a rape victim. I was raped when I was 14 by my mom's brother. And it just changed my life. It was like a 14 probably years fight. And I told them like maybe a few years ago, I opened up to this, and I feel like most of the time people let this type of like things bring you down, and sometimes you don't want to feel attractive, or you don't want to feel like you're cute or whatever, because you're trying to hide, right? Because you're scared in a way. But in a way, like, this came out because I didn't let something that happened to me to bring me down and kill my essence, kill who I am, and like keep me, you know, in a box, like, because you only live once. And that is something that I just kind of regret now, not being myself for so many years. And now kind of remind myself every day that I'm beautiful, and that I am a nice person, and you know, whatever happens in your life, you shouldn't like let that bring you down and break your heart and even kill your own dreams, because there is no point to let somebody take your happiness away from you. I grew up in the 90s. I am 33 years old, so I lived most of my childhood in my teenager years in like that 90s, late 90s gap, like 1995 all the way to like 2001. And back then I feel like it was everything, like cartoons, magazines, music videos. I feel like music videos in the 90s, they just started coming up, movies, animation, all of this stuff like started to kind of evolve, you know. When Jurassic Park came out, when Nintendo came out as well, all that influenced me because it was so brand new and I was so surrounded by it. It's pretty much like good memories incorporated to like my childhood and to like expressing, because I feel like those were the best years of my life. Like that's when I was truly the happiest, when I was like little, you know. So in a way I feel like that's why I love being in my room, because it's just, I don't know, it feels like home. My flag, I'm really proud of being Mexican. That is something that I will always represent. I am proud of my accent because I feel like it makes me unique. You know, sometimes I feel like it's a little annoying, and sometimes I cannot say some words, pronounce some words or whatever. It's still me, like, you know, it's me. That's who I am. I'm Mexican. I'm Yesenia, and I'm Mexican. You know, believe me or not, I'm not the greatest fan of wearing makeup. Sometimes I don't want to wear makeup. Sometimes I want to be like just bare face. I'm really proud of not wearing makeup. Like, I used to be really insecure about not wearing makeup, and then there was a point that I was not wearing makeup at all. Like, I don't care. And then I started hanging out with females again, and kind of made me feel some type of way. So I started like jumping back into makeup. I don't know. It's like art supplies to me. It's just, instead of painting on the canvas and holding up a paintbrush, it is just a makeup brush and eyeshadow palette. That's what I'm going to, and I feel like I was being so hard on myself maybe a few months ago, recently. I set myself at, I gotta be in 35. Whenever I hit 35, I'm 33 right now. I have 2 more years and I have to become a national artist. You know, it can happen because again, I'm already tasting it, but it'll happen whenever it will happen. You know, I learned something too, like this. It's been like a really like a roller coaster of emotions, because I feel like I'm every time, every 6 months, or it feels like every year now. It feels like every 6 months. I feel like every month I'm like doing something that just gets me closer. So it is like, you know, like really like scary, but like I'm enjoying it, and I know it's gonna happen. So, but at the same time, I'm just like, you know, sometimes you let things flow and let things happen, and regardless, it's gonna happen. You know, it's like just like the why. There's 2 ways, but both ways are gonna take you to the same result. Like, if it's gonna be in 2 years, is it gonna be maybe when I hit 40? Hey, I'm still gonna be living my dream life at 40. And if I live my dream life for like at least an hour, trust me, I'll be like the happiest person ever. I am Yesenia, A.K.A. Yesys13. I am a visual artist, makeup artist, and I'm Mexican.